I asked Bosco 100, how long does he feel like Instagram is going to stay relevant? He said Instagram is going to be popping for another 2 years. He said focus on YouTube.
Okay, so the reason why I say Instagram might last another like 5 years. YouTube is the wave, but YouTube is creating a whole lot of restrictions on a lot of things.
Instagram is too.
Yeah, you're right. But YouTube pays you. Instagram pays you as well, but not like YouTube. You know what I mean? People are like, who do we know that made $10 million on Instagram? I don't know nobody. So yes, you can make money off of people DMing you and shows and promo and stuff like that. But I feel like the new wave right now is going to be TikTok. The new wave is TikTok and whatever else they finna launch next. But TikTok is like the biggest wave right now. You know what I mean? Like Instagram's still cool. People still getting bigger and bigger off it and this and that. But I feel like they should start creating some type of real monetization, like, because Facebook is Instagram. So why can't you really monetize everything on Instagram? I don't understand it.
You know, Twitter just added a tip for tweet or some shit like that too.
They should have been doing that though, because all these people see, one thing about YouTube is they start seeing how much money influencers make, and they try to dumb down. And like you notice that they are running down. This is the finesse with all these Facebook, Instagram. They running down the analytics so that people can spend more money into ads. That's all that's going on. They really ripping you off. They making billions of dollars running your analytics down, so you have to do way more and post way more to actually be seen. Why they making millions and billions of dollars? Like, that's crazy, bro. It's a lot of finessing going on, but we don't see it. It's like, it's hidden. So
all right, so from my opinion, I do not believe Instagram is going to be dead in the next 5 years. I think it's actually going to increase, especially since Facebook owns Instagram and Facebook is in that lane of competing with other social media platforms. We know that YouTube was the main platform that originally allowed many people to monetize their videos. Now Facebook came on and allowed you to monetize videos as well, and actually had a higher CPM at one point. CPM basically means how much you get paid per 1,000 views. We actually had a Men's Viewpoint page that we managed that is $67,000 in 1 month. And it didn't take that long to get there because of the way that Facebook platform is set up. It's easier to go viral and for your video to be shared on Facebook versus YouTube, because YouTube is the second largest search engine. So YouTube is more so about the type of content that you're making, the title, the description, and the tag, because it's heavily based on SEO, which is search engine optimization. But back to Instagram. With Instagram, there is more than one way to monetize on Instagram. Number one, the first thing that they just launched was the Instagram badges, meaning that people can donate directly to you when you're doing Instagram Live. So when they donating to you, they're basically buying a badge, and then they have a little logo on the side to show that they supported you. So that's way number one. Of course, the typical way is doing promos and advertising for people, but just like YouTube and Facebook, again, Facebook is owned, or Instagram is owned by Facebook. They've now monetized IG through video views. So if you go to IG TV and you got a minimum requirement, whatever it is, or they may just be rolling it out to certain users, but you now can monetize your IGTV. On some people who's monetized, you will see when you go to the full screen, before you even able to get to the full screen, an ad will come up. Those creators are being paid. My IGTV is being monetized as well, and I'm pretty sure it's going to continue to evolve as monetization evolves. So I don't think Instagram is going to die. I think it's going to continue to get better, because it's where people are majority of the day. It's quick. You can get to people instantly, and they are giving other options for monetization. If you have not heard about that, I encourage you all to go Google it, YouTube it, whatever you have to do. We talk about it in our digital real estate program. I've been knowing it was coming for months. So I told my students last June that the IGTV was coming, but IGTV monetization is here.
Independent or major?
Independent.
You see? I think I should take a shot for that.
I won.
I love the major.
You told him I was going to pick independent?
Nah, we fight over this all the time.
We fight over this. You know, I always pick major.
I say independent all the time.
Yo, I'll spoil you. I can't go from platinum. luxury bus.
But you gotta own your shit.
You gotta own your shit, bro.
Back then, I didn't give a fuck about owning my shit. I want to fuck.
No, but I do.
Smoke weed. I didn't care about that. I mean, now. But back then, you remember being on a major? Don't front.
No.
Don't front on being on a major, Fat Joe. You got the 10 million yonder from Atlantic. Come on.
But nah, I like being independent. I like working my own shit. I like, you know what I'm saying, you know what happened was we used to go to these guys, right? So you think about Fat Joe, Don, you know, the way I had to go to these guys and beg these guys to sit behind a guy behind the desk and be like, are you gonna work my record? Are you really gonna do it this time? Are you gonna pay for the radio and the video promotion? Are you gonna, and they're like, yeah, we got you this. And I'm looking at this Pancho Cara de Queso sitting across this fucking.
Why you looking at me like that, bro? You and Mr. Lee forced Fat Joe to speak Spanish.
I'm looking at a real sucker, and I gotta ask him permission for shit. Like, man, fuck that. And we pouring our hearts out, and we making our music hours and hours and telling our live story, and then turn around, and then these people, when they're successful.
They take credit for it.
A guy that comes that you never met in your life and comes takes the picture with you with the Grammy like they did something. I'm not with that, man. I'm with the artists owning their own shit, do thick and thin. That's just me.
Influence on culture is different than numbers. How do you feel about that? Because, you know, some people think, you know, like you will see them, it's like this. You will see somebody, but they might not have influence on our culture. They might sell records, they might have numbers, but they don't influence the motherfuckers in the street, the people that's in the club. They don't have no influence because they just don't got it.
It's totally different.
And why is that?
Because numbers are tampered with, played with. You know, it's like invisible, you know? Numbers could be invisible. Certain numbers will be invisible.
Right.
Like, you know, like physical. Like, nigga, this is a real human being. Like, this is a real person. Like, imagine having a person. Imagine having 100 million fans, and then imagine having 100 million fans that want to look like you, that want to be like you. It's totally different. It's totally different.
Totally different.
It's like physical.
Right.
The other shit is just numbers.
Right.
Like, it's cool, but it's numbers. We talking about physically. We ain't talking about you being on the stage and you bringing out 30,000 people. We talking about a motherfucking actual camera showing Michael Jackson popping out the ground and showing the fans and somebody falling out, nigga. Don't remember what happened when they wake up.
Right.
Like, this nigga really, like, you really went to sleep. Like, you really made everybody in the whole wide world want to be you. You made the whole world want to be.
Let me ask you a question.
It's totally different from numbers.